Alright folks, good afternoon or good morning wherever you are, and welcome to this flight using the big Fenix updates of the Fenix aircraft Airbus narrow-body series on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So today I will be showcasing the big Fenix update with a LATAM flight from La Paz in Bolivia to Viru Viru, also in Bolivia. It's about a 300 nautical miles flight, and the specificity of this flight is that we're going to operate from a high altitude airport, which is La Paz. As you can hear, just right now our boarding has just completed. I've spared you with the cockpit preparation. I just flew the aircraft in from Santiago in Chile. And now let's get aboard and proceed to fly to Viru Viru. Right. So the APU is running, and we've just completed boarding. So now we're gonna ask for pushback. We are on time. Our scheduled departure time is 13:18, but we're that ahead of schedule, which is all right. Okay, so the cockpit is already prepared for the flight. As you can see, the APU is running, and we shall push back and taxi for departure. So what's going to happen is that we're going to take off on this huge 4,000 feet runway, 4,000 meters runway. So I will take off. There is like only one way of landing and departing. Well, there are exceptions, but basically that's what's up with the La Paz runway. So not only is it at 13,000 feet of altitude, it's also very slopey, as you will see on takeoff. This further end of the runway is actually going upslope. So you usually land this way and you take off the other way. Okay, so I've got a company message, which is probably my load sheets. Let me check on that. And as you can see, I'm using an external MCDU, which is the wing one. All right, our zero fuel weight is 60.8. So I'm gonna make sure that's right. All right, so that's 60.8. We're plus one passenger with 31.8. All right, that's correct. And the fueling tanks is 5.9. Okay, so I'm gonna change slightly the number. There we are, and 5.9. That's not gonna change drastically our takeoff speeds. Okay, so I will push back with the nose on the right. Okay.
Release parking brakes, please.
Yep.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wing.
All right, let's go. All right, we're gonna start on the one. Okay, as you can see, the fuel loose from my previous flight. Sorry about that. Let's go with the engine split. Okay, so parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation
Starting
for a
number
full
one.
engine start.
If your seatbelt is a 3-point belt, fasten the shoulder strap by placing the metal clip over the latch and tighten the strap until it fits. To open it, press the button.
Ajuste su cinturón de seguridad cada vez que la señal se ilumine.
Fasten your seatbelt whenever the sign is illuminated.
Hey.
Recomendamos mantener su cinturón de seguridad abrochado
Okay, number 1 is available.
Seatbelt fastened and visible throughout the
Number
flight.
2 is pulling up.
The seatbelt sign is off.
Los pasajeros deben cumplir con las instrucciones de la
I'm going to
tripulación
speed
de
right
los
now.
faros y señales luminosas. Está prohibido fumar.
As you can hear in the background, the cabin safety demonstration is in progress. I'm using an external program for that, which is not the Fenix cabin stuff.
Electronic cigarettes. Tampering with smoke detectors in lavatories is prohibited by law.
Okay, the APU has just disconnected. I can remove that. I can release the ground crew.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay, perfect. So, we'll prepare the aircraft for taxi out. I'll just wait for the crews to be out of the way so I can remove the flaps and perform my flight controls check. I'm gonna call out this page. Okay, and I have to set my trims down 0.4. Okay, there we are. Okay, so I will wait for the crews to remove the tow truck. Perfect, there we go.
Preparation for takeoff. Secure your tray table. Put your seat back in its upright position.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, there we go, flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
And let's perform the flight controls check. Full left, right, full up, full down, and the rudder, right, and full left. Alright, we are ready for taxi, and I will announce that on frequency on that sim, because we're flying on that sim today. Paz traffic, let Chile 8990 taxi heading point runway 28 via Bravo, Paz traffic. Okay, so we're gonna set, we are ready for taxi now. Yep, there we go. Okay, always turn on the wing lights because I like the effects on that. I can check that out. Okay, arm the speed brakes. All right, let's go. You gotta be careful with the EAE V2500 engines because they produce a lot more thrust on the ground than the CFM56. So that means that it might happen that the aircraft accelerates itself when it's pretty light. So right here, that's actually the case. I'm idle, and we can see that the speed is picking up. Alright, so it's going to be a short taxi to the departure runway. And also, as you can see, I've landed before, and our brakes are still at 200 degrees, around 200 degrees for them. So it's alright for takeoff right now, but after when I land in Viru Viru, they might go above 300 degrees. So, but I'm gonna see that later. All right, the cabin is ready. I have yet to perform the takeoff from check, which is normal, and I will, without waiting, line up and take off from the runway. Stop that. Okay. La Paz traffic, LATAM Chile 8990, line up and take off runway 28, JCAD 1 Bravo departure. And since you haven't seen that, but we performed the relevant briefings beforehand, because the taxi time was gonna be pretty slow. All right, 28, approach is clear. And as you can see, the runway literally goes down. So I'm not sure I'm gonna roll that much. I'm not used to such high altitude, operations, but all right. Okay, so let's do this. Engine's pulling up. I'm holding onto the brakes. Stabilized. Set it.
Flex set.
Flex set. Manflex 22 SRS.
Airspeed alive.
Not the most powerful takeoff. I'll admit that.
$100 knots.
Check. Definitely not the most powerful takeoff, and as you can see, the runway is going down right now, so it's kind of gonna launch us, you know.
V1.
Okay.
Rotate.
Rotate. Let's go. Okay.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Gears down up. Nice wing view. Okay. Climb first.
Climb set.
Alright, time to accelerate. We're already at 15,000 feet. So the idea is to get the flaps up as quick as possible so that we are able to get away from the slow speeds at these altitudes. Okay, so go. And as you can see, my flap protraction speed is quite high. Actually, it's above 200 knots and very close to my maximum operating speed at this altitude with the flaps out. So that's why the idea would be to get some speed as quick as possible, and we're already flying at 15,000, so still flying by hand, but it's all right. It's quite air today. It's a calm air today, and not much turbulence. All right, 200 knots left. Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Right, as you can see, I'm good green gut right now, and the margin is pretty thin actually for the flaps up speed, minimum speed, and the maximum speed. Alright, up some small turbulence, but it's alright. And once again, I'm gonna try to accelerate as quickly as possible, and not too much either, because I got a turn to take, and I'm already a bit out of the correct path, but it's alright. I'm going to correct that afterwards. We got a good tailwind, was 13 knots. Back on the path. Can't believe we're already at 16,000 feet on feet. Like, if you know, we're flying really close to the ground. All right, good. Can remove that, and also, yep, okay. All right. So now, let's go with flight director. And then the slope is really steep because the relief, like, pretty steep right here. Airport is on the left. Okay. Back on track now. Let's go for the speed. Alright, and we are already approaching our transition altitude. which is 18. I think that's 18,500 feet. Right, the aircraft wants to go. It's all right. Transition. Start. Have you seen that QNH is 1042? It's pretty high actually. There we go. We're gonna set ourselves on the flight so we can enjoy the view. I'm going to release the passengers, check the cabin altitude. Obviously it's decreasing to our cabin cruise altitude, which is around 7,800 feet. And as you can see, the landing elevation is like almost 12,000 feet below our takeoff altitude. Okay, so the airport is here, the city is around the airport. It's like we're climbing, but it's mostly sounds like the ground is going down below much faster than we're climbing actually. It's fun. So the Airbus is a pretty straightforward aircraft to fly. I mean, it's really automated, it's a breeze. The new update makes it even, hand flying was already great, and now landing has become a breeze with this aircraft, thanks to the work of the Fenix team, because that means that it's much easier to land than I've seen before. Like, we've all heard about these troubles that we all had flying the Fenix aircraft, and especially landing the aircraft. Now all the problems are completely gone, and the aircraft behaves like, I'm not a real rated A320 pilot, but it feels much more realistic and much more up to description of what I've read about landing the aircraft or seen on videos, or even using other add-on aircraft. So I'm not saying that it's the best right now, because I have nothing to compare, but it feels much closer to, if like you take any video you can find on the internet about how to land an A320 for real pilots, you can now apply the same techniques and it will get along fine. Also now we have a weather radar. The terrain was already there before, but now we have a working weather radar, which is awesome. So right now the sky is clear, so I don't really need to have the weather radar. However, the Andes are pretty high. As we can see here, the terrain is almost up to flight level 200. That's 2,000 feet below us, but still, look at this summit right here. It feels like we're gonna hit that when we're already flying at flight level 230. So it's a pretty nice feature that we have on this aircraft, and I really appreciate the work done by the team on that. Also, the sounds, which were already not bad at all, have become even better, which is a breeze when you like to watch the landscape like I like to do on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's also a breeze to do that with it. It's like almost an ASMR, flying the Fenix aircraft anywhere. And I'm pretty looking forward to flying that after everything else. Look at that. It's almost like we were there. Look at that landscape. And it's really the overall add-on is really immersive. Alright. There's a little turbulence. Turn that on. Okay. Alright, so since the flight is only 280 miles, so it's a pretty short flight, so I'm going to demonstrate a few of the features of the Fenix aircraft. So usually in real life you will request the ATIS of the aircraft. Right now I'm flying on VATSIM, but there is no ATC at destination airport, so however I can still request the ATIS. So normally I should receive a message with showing no ATIS available. Alright, this is it. But in order to prepare for landing, I'm gonna check on the weather, and I can request the weather here. So alright, I want the meter, because let's take out the TF. Oh, I could have clicked the message page. Weather data. So weather data, I can already, even though I'm not at cruise altitude, I can already prepare the aircraft for the approach, because it's okay. Alright, so as you can see, the wind is pretty high, 330 for 23 to 33 gusting. Temperature is 30 degrees and QNH 1012. So let's put that into the okay, do it the other way, right? Alright, so 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0 degrees, and the wind, so I'm gonna take in account the gust, so that's gonna be 330 at 3, got 3's here. Okay, and let's check out the chart for the baro settings. I'm gonna fly the, sorry about that. Sorry about that. So I've elected to fly an RNAV approach into Viru Viru, which is going to be the RNAV Zulu runway 34. Claims through Subro. Oh, no, there's no problem. Alright. So that's what I've set up in the FMC, the MCDU, sorry. So yeah, there you go, direct to Subro, and that's it. That's about it. All right, so our barometric altitude for the minimums is going to be 1600 feet. So let's put that 1600 here, and that's good. So our approach speed is going to be 145. Then at full flaps. Sounds good. Okay. Almost at cruise altitude, and as we can see here, the cabin altitude is also descending. Release the passengers again, because the turbulence seems to have to be a bit better. Maybe not. Alright, I'm gonna leave you at it, just enjoying the flight, and see you in about 100 miles for the top of descent. Alright, so we are approaching for our top of descent. We have about 20 miles, alright, 23 miles to our top of descent. I've just received an ATC message, which is probably the ADC delay message. No ADC required, that's great. Alright, so as we was saying before, we're gonna land we're gonna perform an RNAV Zulu runway 34. There's no traffic around us, and yeah, the weather is windy but clear. So yeah, that. And however, I need to calculate the landing performance in order to choose the best, auto brake setting. Since my wheels are already at 160. The goal is to not hit them too much, so I'm gonna use max reverse. For that, we're gonna have an SLVR runway 34. The runway is dry. The weather, I'm gonna refresh the MEDAR. It's not coming on. Okay. Temperature is 30. Sorry for that. 30, and QNH is 1012. It should have refreshed automatically, but whatever. Alright, our landing weight is going to be 64 tons. Okay, auto brake closed. 2300 meters, max reverse. Sounds good. Okay, so that means I'm probably gonna be able to exit on taxiway Bravo here, so we're gonna land that. Not sure about the distance before Bravo, but I'm not worried, so I'm gonna be able to just exit as I want for that. Okay, so that thing is set up. Almost at top of descent, and the altitude for the RNAV 34 is 5,000 feet. Okay, 5,000. Direct 5,000 feet. There we are, and let's go. Really flying on the edge, because on the left this is the Amazon forest, and on the right it's the Andes, so I'm really like flying on the edge right here. Right, we've only pushed back half an hour ago. Salby, it's going to be a direct Subro. Let's do that. Alright, it's a quick shortcut. Not much of a change. Okay, so the aircraft has come up path and is going drag, so let's take out the speed brakes. So that I can try again the descent path. It seems not to be enough. Fully. Alright, here we are. Already had the aircraft reduce its speed a bit. That's in 22,000 and our transition altitude is going to be 6,000. Okay. Let's do that. What's up? And also, as you can see, our aircraft is a pretty old aircraft. It's manufacturer cell number 1858, which probably places it around 1998 or something like that in a production list, in the Airbus production list. Check that. Okay, it's a bit younger than that. It's 2002, so that means this aircraft is 23 years old as of right now, and it's showing through the instruments, because we have the old standby instruments, which are not digital but are mechanical instruments. Also, the radio during the night, it's a reddish old style radio, and well, in real life it might not actually be equipped with LCD displays, rather CRT displays. I'm not sure about that, but it's a possibility. Okay, aircraft is slightly drifting again. We're gonna take out the flaps, the speed brakes before. Wait, sorry, speed brakes up. Can't see them from here. Okay. Go. Looking good. And we're probably gonna be able to see the airport's nuts. Not too far, it should be around this area here. Maybe here. Yeah, somewhere around that, below the clouds here. Let's down. Okay, 50 miles to go. Weather is a tad cloudy, but it's alright. I'm just worried about the wind. It's showing, yeah. How about the pressurization? Alright, it's going down. That's good. 4 tons of fuel. We should be landing with 3.9. Let's say it's going to be 3.8. I doubt I'm gonna use only 200 kilos from now on. Especially since these are quite thirsty even at idle speeds, much higher than the CFM56. And they actually produce less thrust at high altitudes than the CFM56. Okay. It's going smoothly as of right now. And STR, nothing special to report. Okay, on the speed brakes, auto brake slow. We're at the Mach transition speed. Our aircraft is trying to keep within the window here in the Santa. As you can see, it's accelerating, slipping. You know, it needs the help of the speed brakes from time to time. The aircraft, as of right now, is pretty heavy, so it's not so much of a surprise. I think we are very close to our max landing weight, which is our max landing weight is 64.5 tons, and we are 64.9 tons, which means we are above actually landing weight, which is not a surprise. It's not a surprise to have the aircraft, you know, slipping a bit above speed, because we're just heavy actually. You know what I mean? All right. The Santa Cruz city is here, approaching 10,000. Clouds ahead. Nothing showing up on the radar, so that's good. We're gonna reach the clouds soon. Ground again. Alright, 10,000. The temperature are pretty fine, so we don't need to take out the to use the anti-icing. Okay. Yeah. We're going to reach short deceleration speed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use speed to 240 and try and keep that. There's no speed limitation, but I don't want to intercept it too quick, so I'm gonna keep 240 until Subaru and then reduce to 200 and try to intercept that. Yeah, I'm gonna try be at EdMed right here. It says 190 on the MCDU, so I'm gonna use that. Right, so Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz, sorry. Yeah, center, surroundings. Well, what a big city actually. There should be an airfield. Oh yeah, there's an airfield here. So like probably military or something. Right, 240 on Subaru. Speed brakes are out. I'm gonna park them because idle right now. Okay, almost at transition altitude. Oh, sorry about that. Our target is here. Yep. Alright. Let's reduce to 190. I'm gonna use the speed brakes for that. Yeah. Okay. Santa Cruz traffic, this is Lanchile 890, passing Subro for RNF Zulu, runway 34, Santa Cruz traffic. Right, 6,000 feet, 10, sorry, what was that, 1012. Alright, flaps.
Flaps 1.
And 4,500 feet is our target altitude at Edmed. Actually, the aircraft doesn't slow down because we're pretty heavy right now, so I'm gonna hope it. And actually, I'm gonna target 180 for that one because I'm just afraid it's gonna be too quick and I'm not gonna be able to slow down due to the weight of the aircraft. Take out the full speed brakes. Alright, turning on to final. VNAV, final approach set. Alright, it's captured. Perfect, very nice. Okay, very nice. Okay, so I'm way above. I don't know why it hasn't captured the. Yep. I don't know why it hasn't captured. Oh, okay. Okay, so I hope I'm gonna be able to. Okay, flaps 2. I'm
Gear
gonna
down.
be able to
Flaps 2.
get in line with the profile, vertical profile. And I'm gonna set my speed to my final approach speed, which is gonna be 145. Alright, yeah, probably gonna make it. Yeah, that's gonna be okay. So you gotta react fast, but it's alright. Santa Cruz traffic, Lanchile 890 is currently established on Zulu runway 34. Alright, flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
Actually, flaps full.
Full flaps.
Alright, so I'm flying manually right now, which is not the mostly advised technique by Airbus, but yeah, it's interesting from time to time. Let's catch up on the glide path. Speed brake sound. The aircraft is really, really nice to hand fly. So usually you can hand fly the Airbus pretty far away if you want, like until top of climb if you want. However, Airbus recommends using the auto throttle at all times, which I should be doing, but I'm gonna, let's say, train myself using the manual. It's good also to do it from time to time. Shouldn't do it with passengers, but whatever. Alright. We're stable on the approach, we're configured for landing, full flaps, spoilers are armed, auto brakes are low, I'm low on speed. Yeah. I'm gonna have the aircraft, give it back to the aircraft again, yeah, much better. That I'm flying. Yep, there we are. It's a bit bumpy, but it's alright. And in case
Approaching
of go
3,
around, it's gonna
4.
be 4,000 feet. Right, continue approach. Almost there.
$500.
Looking good.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Almost there.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. 5.
Spoilers up.
There, sir.
Reverse green.
Yep.
Decel. $70 knots.
Alright.
Auto brake off.
Roll by itself until the next taxiway. Oh, I'm mid-down runway, so cool. Okay, perfect. There we are. Okay, I can see the taxiway. I can take out the
Flaps up.
spoilers and the flaps. Alright, since I got the gear down a bit early, it's probably it gave the brakes time to cool down a bit before touchdown, so it's pretty cool. Okay, here we are, almost there. Very nice. Santa Cruz traffic, Land Chile 890 has vacated via Bravo taxi to apron. Alright. 54 minutes. Starting the chrono again. Waiting for 30 seconds and then I will shut down the right-hand engine. Because I don't need both engines to taxi and I just want to make sure I've had a cooldown time before switching it up. Alright, almost there. Yep, there we go. Try not to lose the momentum. Number 5. I don't need the full E. See, the aircraft is rolling by itself, only on my engine, even accelerating. That's how powerful the IA engines are. It's B5, which is I'm not gonna switch on the APU on this one. I'll just wait for the ground power to come on. Alright, gate number 5. Here we are. I can see our dispatcher. Okay, looking good. Yep. Viru Viru. Okay. Just need a bit of thrust. Oh, stopped. Wanted to avoid that and not lose the momentum. Oh, come on. Why won't it move? I'm surprised. It's like something is breaking. Okay, whatever. Okay. Something was off, but yeah. Whatever. Okay, just waiting for the ground crew to connect the GPU. There we are. Thank you for flying with us on this Airbus flight from La Paz to Santa Cruz, Bolivia, and I hope you've enjoyed the video of the Phoenix bird, and hope to see you soon on my channel. Thank you very much.
Passengers deboarding started.